Hi, congratulations on your new RV. We're really excited for you. Please make sure before you're signing that you bring the following items with you. If you're a cash buyer, please make sure that you bring a cashier's check, no personal checks at time of signing, or you may bring actual cash. If you're a finance customer, please make sure that you bring proof of insurance listing your specific lien holder. If you need that information, please call us ahead of time. Also, make sure that you bring all valid driver's license of all persons that will be listed on the title. If you have a trade that you're trading in with us, please make sure that you bring your 10-day payoff as well as your title and all persons who will be listed on the title of that trade. Arrive 30 minutes early before your appointment time so we can properly inspect your unit, and also make sure that you have the fridge on and running prior to arrival. If you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call at 810-686-0710. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
Hello, this is Mike with TradeWinds RV Center, here to congratulate you on the purchase of your no bow, no boundaries 19.3 travel trailer. I'm here to walk you around it, show you how to use a few things to get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite. First thing you need to take into consideration is where your power and water connections are going to be. Your power is on your off-camp side or your driver's side of your tow vehicle, all the way at the rear. And your water connection is going to be at the driver's side of your tow vehicle, all the way at the front. So park accordingly so you can utilize the facilities at the campsite. Once you arrive and unhook your hitch, first thing you do is level your unit. You have a power tongue jack here with a night docking light. Slip it up or down until you get your unit level. Now, should you lose power, you have a hole right here for this manual crank, so you can get this up and down if you don't have power. Speaking of power, check your battery post when you arrive. Make sure you haven't wiggled the terminals loose as you're traveling down the road. Once you got unit level, next thing you can do is stabilize it. Now, four corners, you have these stabilizing jacks with this hand crank. Simply go to the left to run these down. Now, as I run this down, remember, these are stabilizing jacks, not leveling jacks. You're just going to want to run them down until they're taut. Once you receive any type of resistance from this hand crank, stop, because all you're doing is stabilizing the unit. I recommend jack pads. Jack pads are going to protect the feet of your stabilizing jacks from dirt, debris, and hot blacktop in the summer. Keep them from sinking. Just better distribute the weight. So use your 10% off coupon. Grab your 4-pack of those and run these down. Once you have your unit level and stable, we can go ahead and hook up our power. In the back of your unit, you have this 30 amp service with this big long cord. The way these new ones go on now, they go on at a little angle. Once they're in, twist to the right and put on your washer. Now, at the end of that 30 amp service, should you need to plug in at home, is a 30 to 110 adapter that comes in your convenience pack. Got your power hooked up, let's hook our water up. City water and potable water are both right here. First, your city water. Water pressure regulator. This water pressure regulator is going to reduce the water pressure to 40 to 50 psi, protecting the lines in your unit. Always use this when putting fluid in here or your black tank flush. Hook up your water pressure regulator, hook up the hose, but don't turn your hose on yet. Come right over here to your hot water heater. All we're going to do at this point is make sure we've returned our drain plug. Get that drain plug back in there nice and snug. Once that's in there, you can go ahead and turn your hose on. Now, if your hose has been on for a little while, go inside, open up your hot water tap. Once water's flowing out of there, it won't be hot yet, but once water's flowing out of there, you know your hot water heater is full and you can turn it on from indoors. There is an on-off switch right here by this electric element. The only time you ever want to turn this on here is if you're hooked up to 110. Turn it on indoors as well. Let's say we're going to go camping and we're not going to use city water. We'll use potable water. We'll simply take a hose, open up your potable water tank here, and fill that up. Two ways to tell when it's full. One, there's an overflow valve right here, or two, on the inside of your unit where you can check your tank's levels. Press your fresh water button and that'll tell you when this is full. Now just remember, when using the fresh water or potable water is when you're going to want to use your water pump. Don't turn on your water pump when using city water. It's already pressurized. All right, that about covers everything out here. We'll walk you around the rest of the unit before going indoors. Here's your pass-through storage with quite a few things. You have this spray port for the outdoor shower, your propane connection, a table, a griddle, and another table that connect over on the other side. I'll show you where those go. There's a vent for your microwave, hot water heater. If you're using potable water, that's your drain for your potable water. If you're using city water, that'll be your drain for those. Access to the back of your fridge. This is a flue for your furnace. If you're running your furnace, steer clear of that. It'll get rather warm. Your black tank flush. We'll talk about that when leaving the dump station. And your sewage outlets and where you pull your handles for that. Cable hookup. Your power. Your spare tire. I do recommend getting a cover for that. Keep that from dry rotting on you. Your ladder. Go up and check your seams. Make sure your seams are all good, caulk as needed. Unit's also prepped for a Furrion backup camera. Over on this side here, an extra door. So you can turn this into storage by flipping this up and locking it up. Or a bunk area. Underneath the bunk area is your quick connect LP. And here is your lip to set your tables and griddle on. 110, this is where that blue spray port goes. And your pass-through storage. There's the griddle I was telling you about. In the front of your unit, again, check your battery posts. Your propane is on a regulator. Simply just turn it lefty-loosey. That'll keep the open for you. There's a leash link for your pet. And your battery disconnect. That'll come important later when we talk about your carbon monoxide detector. That will shut off all the battery power to the unit. That about covers everything on the outside. Let's go take a look inside. So coming up in your unit, first thing I like to point out to people is the fire extinguisher. Make sure that you and everyone that's camping with you knows that the fire extinguisher is located at the entry doorway. Close your door. Quiet some of that wind and traffic. Here, come up to the top here. We're going to turn on our interior lights all the way to the left. Here's your porch light and an awning light. Your awning extends. I'm only going to run this out a little bit because it's really windy today. Actually, I'll run that. So you really want to run this out until your flap falls down to 90 degrees. Once that gets out there, I'm going to bring that back in. It's pretty windy. It doesn't look like yours has a flap. But run that out. There's your awning lights. Run that back in. Yeah, you want to watch. You don't want to watch the wind when you bring these in and out. You don't want to run it out when it's too windy. Here's our awning control. Bottle openers. Your Bluetooth speaker from JBL here. Coming into the living room. Dinette table, you can take this tabletop off, remove those legs, set this tabletop down on these black pieces here. Put your cushions on here and that'll give you a bed. Over here above your dinette is where you check your tanks. There's your brand new battery. The fresh water, that's the one I said you can hold in when checking your potable water. Fresh water, black and gray tanks. Keep an eye on them. Here's where you turn on your water heater. Here's where you turn on your water pump if using potable water. Any heated holding tank system. Turn on whatever tank you think might be freezing in inclement weather. Now here's your thermostat. Down at the bottom, we'll turn things on. We would turn on, let's start with your air conditioner. Which, there it goes. I'll shut your AC off. You'll see that that shuts off quick. I'm going to turn on your heater. AC shut off. Furnace kicked on. Now you'll notice when you shut your furnace off, the fan for your furnace takes a few minutes to shut off. Not just yours, but all units. So your upper bunks, I showed you how that bottom bunk you can fold up for storage from the outside. In your bathroom, in here, a 110. I just want to tell you to keep an eye on your plumbing. You are bouncing the house down the road. Make sure that nothing's wiggled loose on you. Your lighting here. You have a hand crank open power exhaust fan here. Shut that off. This is where it's wired for solar. It's a template for the techs if you ever decide to go ahead and wire this whole unit for solar. That's where it's all prepped inside. Coming over to your Dometic fridge, open up your freezer up top of your controls. Press that in. Open that up, and we are in auto. Auto means when you're plugged in, you're running off electricity. As soon as you're unplugged, you're on gas. If you lift this light, now you're strictly on gas. Turn it on and off over here. Your little stove here does have a fan, a light, and a fan. You will have to hand light these. Turn this all the way up to high and light it with a lighter. Self-explanatory microwave. Let's start down here on the bottom. Below your microwave, lift that up, switch things away. Or inside your storage is a vacuum. Hook your vacuum up there, vacuum things away. Left of that, your access panel to your breaker box and fuses. Got a little variety in there from 7.5, 15, 30, 40. Highly recommend having a handful of those with you when you go camping. Now your 12 volt carbon monoxide detector. The reason I mention this 12 volt, this is always running off your battery. So if you're going to be gone for the day, nothing plugged in charging your battery, use that battery disconnect up front I talked about to keep this from running your battery down. Here's your 110 with GFCI reset. There's some lighting for your cabinets here. Show you how to set up your Murphy bed. So as you know, you come up here. Well, actually, I like to jackknife your sofa down first. You do have storage underneath there. Go up here, unhook, lay down. Most times your mattress will lay down with it. And just that quickly you have a bed. Storage behind there, a little lighting you can turn on. Big shaded window. To reverse the process, just simply grab the wood underneath the bed, lift it up, comes up real easy. Pull back on this and lock that in there. Jackknife your sofa back up, and just that quickly you are back to your sofa. There's your television. 110 and USB ports here. I want to talk about your TV. It is on a swivel, just lift it away from the wall. So up here on the wall, there's a little red button. That is a digital channel enhancer. So before you run your digital channel scan, make sure that button is in and that red light is on. It'll allow you to pick up more channels. You lock this away for travel. You have this strap, which I'll strap that back in before we close the unit up. And that about covers everything in here. Your AC unit here, your smoke alarm here. So let's act like we're going to leave the campsite now. What I like to do is shut off my interior lights here and look to see if I have any individual lights on. So I have my stove light on. Oh, that was my fan. So I have my stove light on. And no lights on back here. Skylight gives you a lot of light. It makes it seem like it's lit up. Also have these lights on here. Now that you've got all your lighting shut off, everything's secured down, strap your TV in, and let's head out. So closing up this door, you want to make sure this exterior door is all the way open. And simply lift these up. These are adjustable too, with a cotter pin there. Softly set that in here, pull back on that and lock your door. Lock that in. Close your exterior door, lock and deadbolt it. Lift and turn your handle. Once your door is closed, unhook your water and cable. The reason I always remember to unhook the water and cable, mainly for the water, so that we can dump our low point drains. Come here to this low point drain. Open up both those if you hooked up to city water. Hot water heater, lift up on this pressure release valve. That's going to empty all the water out here. Be careful now, we're dealing with hot water. Once that's empty up here, Close that, otherwise your exterior door will not close. Then you can pull your hot water drain. Make sure to close that up. If you're using potable water, open that up, drain all that water out. Hook up your hitch and head on up to your dump station. Remember when you head up there that your dump is behind your tires on your off-camp side. Park accordingly, be able to reach. Hook up your hose to the sewer outlet. Come right here to wastewater holding tank and pull your right handle. That's gonna be your black handle. After it sounds like that's no longer draining, again, take your water pressure regulator and hook up to this black tank flush. Leave that black handle open and turn on the hose for a few minutes. That's gonna go ahead and wash out your black tank. Get all that nastiness out of there. Shut off your hose. Let that run for like 5 minutes. Shut off your hose, close your black handle, pull your gray handle. Your gray handle is gonna be your cleaner waters, your sinks and your showers. That's gonna clean your sewage hose out for you.